Euros, and I've always wanted to give it a go myself. However, what separates me from the rest of these other guys is that I have zero pool knowledge, so this could be a little bit of a different predictions bracket compared to people who actually know what they're talking about, whereas you can listen to me waffle about absolute nonsense. So I think this could be pretty interesting. To give you a bit of context, the extent of my pool knowledge is watching the Euros and the World Cups in the recent years. I don't watch Premier League, Champions League, or FA Cup. I don't watch any of that. I don't watch league football. I only watch football when it comes to international level competition, which is the Euros and FIFA World Cup. So I've had a little bit of experience with these teams, not a whole lot, but I will give it my very, very best. It could be funny. So let me know who you guys have winning the Euros down in the comments down below. Let me know who you'll be supporting. Of course, are you supporting your homeland, or are you out of side of Europe and actually going to be watching Euros? What team are you looking to support? So first of all, we have Group A: Germany, Scotland, Hungary and Switzerland. Now, I actually have a controversial pick for this group. I feel like a lot of people will have Germany at the number one spot. No, not me, not me. You will say then, oh, so Germany too. No. I don't have Germany in the top two of this bracket. For me, there we are. I have Hungary in the first spot. From my experience watching Hungary in the recent years, they are a fearsome underdog, and they can creep up on you and they can take you down by surprise. And it would not surprise me if Hungary actually takes the top seed in this bracket. And then you're probably asking, well, if Germany isn't second, then who is? And you, my friend, it's Switzerland. Okay, so this one I think is a little bit of a weird one. I don't really know why I have Switzerland. It's more of a gut feeling rather than any knowledge about their team. Couldn't name you a single player if I'm honest. Then we have Germany, and then Scotland. Sorry, Dido. They could do good. We never know. So Germany, they just have not been on top of their form and game in recent years, and they really are starting to show cracks in their players and the team. And I do believe they have new management. I could be wrong, but I do believe they have new management, and I don't think it will take quite this first try with the new management to reach what they want to reach. I think it's going to take them a year or two more to really come together again, because they've gone through a little bit of a low point, and I think that low point is going to stay with them for just a little bit longer. So you're probably looking at this bracket and thinking, I am not cooking at all, but trust the process. Let me cook. Okay, so Hungary, Switzerland, Germany, and Scotland. What a mess. Okay, and then we're moving on to Group B. Again, another interesting, quite competitive group. We have Spain, Croatia, Italy, and Albania. I mean, there is a glaring, not a competitive group here, so they will be fourth. The question is, out of these three teams, who's going to make out on top? And I'm actually going to go with Croatia. They have been absolutely dominating in international competitions in all the years I can remember. They are just such a powerhouse, and they keep on beating out teams that you don't expect them to, like Spain, Portugal. They beat out these teams, and I think they'll keep on doing it. It may end this year, but I definitely see Croatia going far in this competition. I don't think they're slowing down anytime soon, and I definitely think they're going to beat the likes of Spain and Italy. Spain, I believe, have a much younger team. They were still, taking, time to not get used to things, but, really form together. those who don't know, I do get people asking where am I from. I am from England. So I have to have England first. You know, who else am I going to put at the top of this group? Although I do think we are not going to perform that brilliantly in the group stage. I've always noticed England in their group stages is always a little bit messy, always a little bit, you know, getting through, not on luck, but like getting through just about. And I definitely think out of all of these teams, Denmark is going to give us the run for our money the most. I remember back to the last Euros, we beat out Denmark by the luckiest penalty, a very undeserving penalty that I've ever seen, and I definitely think a lot of people from Denmark remember that. So hopefully you guys get your revenge. I wouldn't mind you guys getting that revenge. It was quite an undeserving win on our part, I think, that England v Denmark game. So I definitely can see the England and Denmark game going as a tie easily. Yeah, easily. So that's why Denmark is going to be second in my ranking. They're a good team. They get far in some competitions, and yeah, solid team. And then it is these two teams, Slovenia and Serbia. Pretty much toss up. Would go Slovenia and then Serbia. Not really any, real critique. Don't know any of these teams, but could be interesting. Who knows? They could be a dark horse in this competition. Okay, and then we get to Group D, which I believe is a very decisive group. Of course, France is going to be on the top. I mean, who else is really going to be at the top here? France, I believe, are the front runners to actually win this competition. They're just on a different level compared to everyone else. They really are just crazy. And then next we're gonna have the Netherlands. I remember in the World Cup they did almost beat Argentina, if I remember that correctly. Went to penalties and they were very close to getting through. And yeah, the team from Netherlands, they just seem pretty strong. So I would actually quite like to see them go quite far in this competition. They were very interesting to watch in the World Cup. And looking at these teams here, they definitely hold up. Okay, and then the remaining two teams we have are Poland and Austria. Okay, and we're not actually going to do Austria third. We are going to do Poland, Polski in third, because I do believe Poland have a pretty decent team. They're not like a bad team at all. And Austria, I do not have a Scooby-Dooby about them. Okay, now on to Group E. Also, I do just want to give it a bit of a warning. My sister is downstairs. She doesn't live with us, and my mum and her are chatting. So you may hear some voices in the background, so I do apologise. Okay, so next up we have Group E, which is Belgium, Slovakia, Romania, and Ukraine. I think the obvious winner here is going to be Belgium. Yeah, just a very good team, very strong team, especially against these teams here. Definitely the dominant force in this group. And then second place is a little bit of a toss-up, a little bit of anyone's guess. I do think most people would actually have Ukraine in second. However, I believe we are actually going to see Slovakia coming out in second of the group. I believe they're going to be the dark horse of the tournament. A team that you don't expect, but a team that I think could definitely pull a random win out of one of the big leagues, out of one of the big dogs. And then I think we're going to have Ukraine and then Romania in last. I don't know nothing about Romania's team. I haven't heard anything. I do know Ukraine have a pretty decent team, they're not bad at all. So really, Ukraine is probably the more likely one to get second in this group. But I want to spice things up just a little bit and put Slovakia in second. And then finally, last but not least, we have Group F, which is Turkey, Georgia, Portugal, and Czech Republic. I think this is a pretty obvious group with Portugal coming out on top, and then Czech Republic second, and then kind of a toss-up between Turkey and Georgia. We'll just go Georgia and then Turkey. Again, I think these two are pretty much interchangeable, but they're definitely not going to beat out Portugal or some other pretty standard choices throughout though, I would say. And now we come to third place ranking. Let me just bring this down a little bit. So put your third place teams in order of best performance. So we've got Germany, Italy, Slovenia, Poland, Ukraine and Georgia. So I think of all of these, I do believe, I definitely think it's between Germany and Italy on the top here, admittedly. So I think we are going to go Germany. Then, as much as it pains me, Italy second. And then let's go Ukraine, because they do have a very good team. And then I think we should go Poland, Slovenia, and then Georgia. Okay, so I've managed to fix things and got that annoying tab there, so we can actually continue onto the round of 16. I don't know why I struggled to say 16 there. So first match is a bang up a match, I would say, in my personal opinion. Hungary and Denmark. I think this could be definitely a close competitive game, and I don't know why, but I'm on the hunger train right now. I'm fully believing these guys for some reason. I don't know where this has come from. For me, they're the dark horse of the competition. And then we have Switzerland versus Spain. I think there's going to be a pretty dominant showing from Spain. And then Croatia versus Poland. I think this again could be a very easy win for Croatia. And then England versus Ukraine. I do believe we went up against Ukraine recently or last year. Either way, I think this should be a very confident win for us. And then Portugal versus Italy. One of the more, I think, closer games. Or will it be? I don't know. I definitely think Portugal has more advantages over Italy, especially with no World Cup showing from Italy. It's very hard to rank them highly among other teams, and I'm not just saying that because they beat us in the last Euros. Forgetting all of that, I haven't particularly been knowledgeable of their team in the last couple of years, so I'm going to go with Portugal. And then we have the Netherlands versus Slovakia. As much as I would love Slovakia to win this game, I do believe this is going to be a win for the Netherlands. And then interestingly, we have Belgium versus Germany. And you know what? Germany, I know people are still back in Germany. I'm not a Germany believer this year. And so I'm going to go with Belgium. And then last we have France versus Czech Republic. And I think there's going to be a pretty decisive game and win for France. So then we have our round of 16 winners. We have Hungary, Spain, Croatia, England, Portugal, Netherlands, Belgium and France. And then moving on to the quarter-finals, we have Hungary versus Croatia. Again, pretty solid map. I don't know why. I think I'm a closeted Hungary supporter. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm really feeling hungry, but I'm not actually feeling hungry. Terrible joke. But I do think this is where Hungary's run and reign ends, and I do believe that this win is going to go to Croatia. And then up next we have Portugal versus Netherlands. And I'm going to go more based on gut feeling. Again, you haven't heard me name any of the players because I don't bloody know any of them. But I'm feeling like Netherlands. I'm feeling like there's going to be a sneaky Netherlands win. You're going to think Portugal's going to win it. Ronaldo, not really showcasing much in the World Cup. Kind of sitting on the bench a lot of the time. I think Netherlands going to sneak this one. I feel more confident in them. And then we have Belgium versus France. Yeah. This is I think it's going to be a win for France. As much as I would love someone to knock out France before we have to face them, I think it's going to be unlikely. And then here we are. We have a interesting matchup of England versus España. I would like to say England, but I have a feeling if we did come across Spain, I do feel like they would beat us. And as well, I have a lot of Spanish family, so it's not like it would pay me too much if Spain did I don't mind supporting Spain. I have a lot of Spanish family, so for me, it's like a second team to support, basically, along with Slovakia for other reasons. But I just, you know, you gotta believe, you gotta hold strong with your country. You know, you can't just give up on them. So, as unlikely of a win I think this is, I will be going for England to win and go on to the semi-finals, which we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. Okay, and then we have the semi-finals. Oh god, I'm looking at that France versus England game and bringing back memories of the World Cup and the disappointment and sadness and just the PTSD. So we have the first match though, match 49, which is Croatia versus the Netherlands. Which I think would be a very close and explosive game. A game I would very, very much so like to see actually happen in the semi-finals. And I think, for me, this really is a coin toss. I would love for either of these teams to get this far and get to the finals. But it happens more so than not for Croatia, and I just think Croatia has that winning edge to them and that winning spirit. They normally do get further in these competitions, and Netherlands don't always reach this level, and so Croatia know how to deal with these sort of levels and heights more than I think Netherlands. So I think just based on experience alone, I think Croatia will go through to the finals. And then we have France versus England. France versus England. Look, as much as I would love to vote England, it's just so obvious how much better France are than we are. But then, do I give up on England that easily? Not easily. I have got them to the semi-finals, which is a little bit of a stretch in itself. It's just, France just does seem unstoppable at this point. They don't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. They're just so dominant in every single competition, and so it's so hard to see them not get to the finals. And I just remember the match from the FIFA World Cup in 2022. It quite frankly was quite a one-sided game. I don't think the score was that big. I think it was 2-1 in the end, so not the biggest differential, but France just had so much more control the entire game, and I think they just have better control than England. So for that reason, I have France going through to the finals. And now we have Croatia versus France, and I know exactly how this is going to play out. France is going to take a 2-0 lead. It's going to look like a sweep of France. It's going to seem like all hope is gone for Croatia. You know, they won't even score any goals in the first half. But then Croatia come back around the, you know, I'm calling it 80-minute mark, and they're going to get 2 goals in, and they're going to leave it as a draw at full time. So it's going to go into overtime, and no one's going to score. It's going to be a stalemate. It's going to go to penalties. It is going to go to penalties. And Croatia are going to beat out France. They're going to beat out France in penalties, and they're going to win the whole thing, apparently. So 3% of players also predicted Croatia to win, with most people predicting France 24%. Makes sense. England 22%. False hope, guys. It's false hope. And then Germany 14%. Surprisingly, maybe I've got Germany all wrong. Maybe Germany are actually, you know, one of the main men to win. They are actually looking pretty dominant apparently, but I don't know. I'm not a Germany believer. But I am in fact a Croatia believer. So I would love for not an underdog team, but a team that you don't really expect to win, because everyone expects France to win. So I think it would be so great for a country like Croatia to win. And I think this might be Modric's one of his last like big games and tournaments. So it'll be amazing for him to actually, you know, get a win under his belt if he hasn't already. I don't think he has. But it doesn't seem a lot of people are high on Croatia winning 3%. So not a whole load of people. But let me know who you have winning the Euros. It's been really good fun. I've never done anything like this before. I hope you guys enjoyed it, although I do offer extremely limited ball knowledge. I was interesting hearing someone just waffle about nonsense for about, I don't know, how long is this video? 15 to 20 minutes. I've had a blast of filming it, so I do appreciate every single one of you joining me here. If you would like more videos like this, please leave a thumbs up and comment down below. And yeah, again, let me know who you have winning, what games you're looking forward to seeing. If England can actually bring it home, probably not. But I'll be watching these games, and this video should actually be going out the day the Euros start on Thursday or Friday. Oh, I don't know if they start Thursday or Friday, but basically I think it's going out the day or the day before the Euros start. So we'll see how my